So Much podcast. I am your host, Mike Veerman, and I am here with my friend and trusty producer, Max Kerman. Max, what's up?
Just had my favorite Thai restaurant, Pie, in downtown Toronto on Duncan Street. It's really good. I recommend it.
Shane, you're with us.
The not so trusty producer. Yes.
Do you also like Thai food?
It's a good alternative when you're trying to eat healthy.
Is it healthy though?
No, but I mean, like, I eat really unhealthy, as you can see. So when I'm trying to eat healthy, but I want something kind of tasty, I go Thai.
We recorded the Facebook Live today, and I shared it on my Facebook after, and a guy commented that he wants to get a drug rug.
Drug rug. I like that.
That is Shane is wearing a poncho right now. He wore a poncho on Facebook Live today on much.com.
Do you notice that this is like the best conversation starter?
It's
People
awesome.
love talking about ponchos.
Did you guys know that people refer to it as a drug rug?
Is that racist?
I've heard
Why?
it.
Because ponchos are like Mexican.
No, it's actually more
I
because
think because the hippies just do drugs.
Weed culture kind of adopted
I thought it was
this.
like a Mexican thing.
Oh, like smuggling drugs
Smuggling
across.
them or something.
No, it's like
Maybe that just means I'm racist for
Yeah.
thinking that. Hey, do you guys have any interest in going to Burning Man?
no. You might want to ask the guy with the poncho though.
Yeah.
I'd love to, man. I'm already there. No, yeah. Why? Can I go?
Well, maybe that'll be your next adventure. That a corporate sponsor.
Are you playing
sends
Burning
out.
Man?
No, there's no bands. I don't think bands even play there.
What is it? It's a gathering of people.
Okay,
but
so
there
Burning
must be
Man takes
music.
place outside of San Francisco.
But what do you do when you get there?
Yeah, I guess there's music being played, but there's not like a festival bill. There's no ad mat that has like Nirvana that has like Kings of Leon at the top of the bill. Like nothing is advertised.
Is there a stage?
I think people make stages. Yeah, but nothing's advertised. You don't know.
Would you describe it as like a giant campsite where people are just getting feeling good?
Feeling good.
All right.
Are we allowed to talk about my corporate sponsorship coming up?
We were told not to.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't happen, the 1%, you yourself, Shane, said it was 99%. So this is a tease for our listeners. Shane will basically be traveling for the pod. That's all we can tell you right now, but stay tuned. What else has been going on, fellas? Max, did you go out last night?
I did go out last night.
You look like shit.
Yeah, I feel like it.
When someone says that, how do you feel?
Sorry, I just looked in the mirror. I was talking to myself. You actually look skinny and beautiful.
No, Lauren just finished, my girlfriend Lauren, she just finished her MBA program, basically. So
Hey,
She
I
plays
didn't know that.
basketball?
yeah, number one draft pick. She just finished like a 2-year MBA degree, and she had her last like assignment yesterday, and so she and all of her classmates went out to celebrate at Motown in Hamilton every Wednesday at a bar called Absinthe, and I've actually been avoiding the place because it's the one place in Hamilton where I'm like guaranteed to be recognized a lot because everybody who's there is like an 18 to 26-year-old.
I've found on the few times in the last year and a half where I've been in Absinthe with you on a Motown Wednesday, you're kind of like Vinny from Entourage, you know?
Absolutely, 100%.
Like they swarm around you and then everybody else is just kind of like Drama or Turtle or E, you know, you hope
Which one are you guys?
I'm Turtle from the earlier episode.
When he was so fat?
Yes.
I'm probably Drama. Like, I got a podcast. Have you heard my podcast?
It was a good time though. It wasn't too busy, and I didn't get recognized too much. And I just danced a bunch. It was awesome.
Your eyes hurt at all from the flashbulbs?
The Hamilton paparazzi.
At Motown though, the other thing I did was I wore a baseball hat to kind of keep a low profile.
You're trying to be like Leo, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what? To be honest, I totally had that thought. You know, when celebs go and they just wear a baseball hat.
It just makes you look more famous.
Yeah. But the baseball hat was my birthday gift from Lauren. Is Chance the Rapper, the 3.
I saw that on your Insta.
Yeah, so Chance the Rapper wears a hat with the number 3 on it. So I wore the hat, didn't get recognized too much, danced the night away.
Were you concerned that someone might confuse you for Chance?
If that happened, I'd be very happy.
Here's a question. So you go, like we've said, Motown is sort of this hotbed where you get recognized a lot. When you're sort of like yapping at all these people in these conversations, how is Lauren? Is she just doing her own thing, or is she kind of like, Max, this is my celebration, let's hang?
No, Lauren is the coolest. Lauren has never once been like annoyed at any sort of like celebrity-esque activities that happen with me. And I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but in Hamilton, it does happen. And actually at Pie, the restaurant, the owner just like took a photo with me that I'll put on Instagram or something.
Hey.
And Lauren never has once gotten annoyed.
You'd almost have to, like, if you're dating someone who's like famous.
But I can see people getting mad. I can see partners getting annoyed or that becoming an issue. I've heard that is a thing sometimes.
Sure.
But Lauren's
Does that turn you on that Lauren's not impressed?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, but you're feeling all right tonight? You're feeling good? You're rallying?
Yeah, I'm rallying, and I'm going to the Raptors game after this, and I'm feeling good. So.
All right. Well, guys, this episode is the Jingle Ball episode.
Yep. The big Jingle
debacle. Maybe cut that. In my head, that sounded so good.
So this episode, Max, this is what we're telling you for the first time. We did not get the Chainsmokers interview audio.
We talked to them. We got some pretty good stuff. I would say it was the best interview of the night. Unfortunately, one of the guys shut off the mic, and I'm really wondering if it was intentional because I asked a question that was on the what's it called, the DNR list or whatever.
The do not ask.
Okay, hold on. Let's set this up a little bit more. So the Jingle Bell.
Okay, so we're at the Jingle Ball.
Yeah.
This is the iHeartRadio Jingle Ball. They give the Mike on Much podcast its own booth. So we've got, and by the way, I will say this, it's such a crazy sort of like rat race when you get in there. So it's like you got Virgin Radio and you've got Much, like conventional, you got all these sort of things. And because they got there sooner than us, they like expanded their booths because it's just really like black cloth and poles, right?
That's cheating, totally.
Totally cheating.
And this is at the Air Canada Center.
At the Air Canada Center, in the bowels of the Air Canada Center, all the press kind of gets their own section, like a little cloth.
And who's
space.
headlining the show? Go through some of the performers.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Hedley.
Yeah.
Chainsmokers.
Alessia Cara, Niall Hawthorne from One Direction.
So all the big pop heavy hitters of the day.
You got it.
Yeah, okay.
So we get to this thing. We realize that everybody's already established and set their stuff up and totally squeezed us into what we were supposed to have was a 10 foot by 10 foot space. So we're like, oh, we'll get some chairs. We'll have some beers out. But then we realized Shane and I can barely stand in here. Yeah. How are we going to get guests in? So then they start bringing the first guy through, Kent Jones.
Yep.
A hip hop star. I did a little bit of research on him.
Yes.
He's from Florida. Now, I had a question prepared, like, what did you make of the election? Did you ask him that question?
We did ask him that question.
Was he interested in talking politics?
Well, I kind of had a joke prepared. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because he did kind of catch us off guard and we weren't really ready for him. And he's not the most famous guy in the world right now. Mm-hmm. So I had a joke prepared for Mike. Mike was supposed to ask him the political question. And I was supposed to be like, and I saw your video was very political. Because in his video, it's just girls shaking their asses and their titties. But it just didn't land right because I kind of forced a joke before Mike even got to the political question. So it didn't get off to the best start, and then we kind of had nothing to talk about after that. So that one was kind of a wash, right?
Yeah.
And then who is next after that?
So we're like, oh, Kent Jones, first name off the list. And we have like a schedule. So it's like Kent, and then we're supposed to get Alessia Cara, and then we're supposed to get Belly. And it's like this list. But time now, like, 10 minutes has gone by. 20 minutes has gone by.
No one's coming by our booth.
Alessia Cara blew us off. Belly blew us off.
Belly, I had a good question for Belly.
What was
you did?
Oh, I was most excited. You had the funny question.
Yeah. With the question just was
for our listeners. This was this is a question Max wrote for Shane to ask, which I did think was hilarious.
In doing research on Belly, because as a producer, I need to prepare the questions. He had recently tweeted, "People ask me how I lost mad weight. I tell them sex and drugs."
So I'm supposed to ask.
Yeah.
Hey, Belly, I saw on your Twitter that you lost weight by having sex and doing drugs. I was wondering, what's the best drug?
Yeah.
And what's the best sexual position? Or something like that. It was going to get a funny reaction.
Yeah. What drugs would you recommend?
I would have said it better.
Yeah.
Good thing Belly didn't come into the booth. That's all I'm saying.
I got excited with
Belly, if you're listening, we'd love to know.
And so anyway, I guess for listeners, Max, it's very sort of nerve-wracking, much like the MMVAs, where you don't know if you're going to get anybody. After a while, you're just sitting there and you're going, what are we doing here? Like, nobody's coming around. And when they do come in, it's sort of like a rush. Eventually, things did start to work out. Hedley came through. They were great. Thanked Jacob for doing a cover of My Heart's Always Yours. Did not realize, what did Jacob do when he sent you that video?
So we're doing this contest with the Arkells. My Heart's Always Yours. I don't know if this should make it or not.
Yeah, of course it should.
Okay.
He was talking about it, which we didn't know. I wish you'd give me that info.
So And I reached out to Jacob, asking if he would just like bang out like a very like quick cover of the song, like selfie video style. And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He sends me back a video. He's like, love the song. If it goes on a little long at the end, you just cut it early. I'm like, okay, cool. So I watch it. It's like him doing a very like dreamy 80s ballad version of the song My Heart's Always Yours. And then he kind of finishes the chorus, and then all of a sudden it just cuts to lesbian porn for 30 seconds.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just like, and apparently he does that kind of porn humor all the time. Like our tour manager, Dave, also does tour managing for Hedley. And like Dave will send out a schedule for the day, and then to everybody in the crew and the band. And then he'll just send like a video back of like porn.
Well, when you got a good joke, you really want to.
So picture this. So we have a high table, we have the laptop, we have the apogee, and then we have beers. And Shane's wife, Alex, is there. She's serving people that are coming in. Everybody's drinking with us. It's actually a pretty good vibe once it starts to get going. So Chainsmokers are easily the second biggest group that are performing that night. It's the weekend. We were never going to get the weekend, but it's like, oh, Chainsmokers, awesome. This will be great. They come in, I give the guy, his name's Alex, a mic, and then I'm going to sort of do the mic with the other guy. Do we remember his name?
Nope.
And then Shane's got a mic. I guess what happened, I didn't realize this until I listened back to the audio, is when I handed the mic to Alex, the guy in the group, he, I think, turned it off. I think accidentally, like basically like,
But
so right,
conspiracy theorist Shane thinks that he did it on purpose.
So as a test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep talking and turn my... Can you now hear me? What you're going to hear is me in the other mics.
Yeah.
But it's useless. You won't be able to hear me. So anyway, that was the test for the people listening at home.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the Chainsmokers audio. So for anyone that's listening for the Chainsmokers, we are so sorry. I'm so pissed it didn't work out.
And I heard they had the most sort of like insightful comments.
They did, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, and I asked them about the Gaga tweet, like how they said they didn't like one of the Gaga songs.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was on the list of like do not ask. But they didn't even give us a do not ask list.
We didn't receive one. And normally we're pretty good about that. Like, for instance, we weren't allowed to ask Nick Carter about Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
We did not ask.
No.
But so Shane asked a Gaga question, got the question wrong. He's just like, so, when you like tweet, I hate Lady Gaga, and they're like, we didn't say that.
That's why Mike handles most of the interviews.
Oh, he also prefaced it was like, I'm kind of the bad boy in the group, but he'd already said it once before. And then Alex is like, you've already said that. And he's like, well, he's like, I got the ripped jeans or whatever.
Well, then I said it again. They're like, we can tell. Because I wasn't being bad at all. I was just like the nervous nerd.
So he goes, when you're a bad boy, it's like, and you say something like, I hate Gaga. And then again, they say that we didn't say that.
Oh, God.
And then, but Alex then went into like a really good answer, which we'll never hear because his microphone was off, where he basically said, I need to be authentic. I need to be myself. Just because we're successful now, it doesn't mean it, I can't express my feelings or my thoughts on things. So if I dislike something, but maybe there's a better way to go about it. And anyway, it was a good answer that none of us will ever hear because it did not get recorded.
Well, that's what happens when you're doing shit live,
Live and chaos.
Yeah.
The
And
Shemar Moore Aboff, I think, was the highlight of it. But
So yeah, big reunion on this one.
big reunion. Shemar came back. He remembered us from the MMVAs. He's like, oh yeah, we were watching the game. Obviously now Golden State is a super team. He's from Oakland, so he just wanted to talk about Golden State. And Shane wanted some revenge.
yeah, I thought he would be more apt to take his shirt off, but he didn't want to take it off. He just wanted to lift up the top. I went full shirtless. And you saw the photo. What do you think, Max?
You know what? It's hard to compete with him, but you're looking great, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just for context, with the MMVA show that we did, Shemar Moore came in. He hit on Shane's wife, Alex, for a long time. Shane was not there for any of it. And so this was like Shane's revenge.
And I did not want Alex there, by the way, again.
What? At the Jingle Ball?
Yeah, she mulled her way in to the thing.
Do you think she did that because she wanted to keep tabs on you to make sure that you weren't getting too crazy, or she wanted to hit on Shemar Moore?
She likes glamour. So anyway, Alex asked if she could come. I said no. She's like, really? Why? I said, well, because they're not having like a beer. We're not having bartenders. There's not a setup. We might not even have a camera there. She goes, we'll see about that. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I messaged Max and he said he'd love to have me. I was like, uh-oh. And I'm like staying out of this. I'm not talking to Mike about it. I was like, okay, you deal with it. Maybe you can come. I'm still thinking it's not going to happen. And sure enough, she showed up.
Mac made it happen.
Yeah, she showed up. It's like, who? Your wife? It's like, yeah.
But then anyway, we had to have the ab off in front of Shemar. But I do think that's what got me this mysterious corporate sponsorship
that we can't talk about.
Yeah, that picture. I honestly think so.
Everything leads to something.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Moves beget moves.
Yep.
All right, fellas. So do we want to get to, so the way we're going to lay this out, and again, the audio's a little all over the place because we're holding microphones. It's loud. There's lots of press going on. You're going to hear Ken Jones. You're going to hear Hedley. You're going to hear Just Rain. You're going to hear...
Not Chainsmokers.
Correct.
Right.
Shemar Moore. So we're going to have them all in between each one. We'll play a little bit of music so they're broken up. But you'll basically get a feel for what the night's like, the live vibe, and sort of the chaos of doing these little short 5-minute pieces.
Do you think this is any good, or is it kind of like the Scott Whalen, Fascinating Nightmare world?
It's not a fascinating nightmare, but it's definitely not our... It's not our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which is good to get outside your comfort zone and try and do these junkety type things.
Yeah. And I think for our listeners, it's, it should give you a little insight into what a night of, pop music at the Air Canada Center looks like, behind the scenes.
Let's get to it. How's it going? You're going to grab that microphone right there.
How you doing?
I'm Mike.
Praise the Lord.
Shane.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. What's this Coors Light? Y'all trying to get me lit in the interview, huh? All right, you know what? I'll take a sip if y'all take a sip with me. Y'all
All right, hey, absolutely.
All right, so on the count of 3. 1, 2. Hold on, but after you take a sip, all right, you got to say, get up, but you got to say it loud, like, get up.
Okay, so
on the count of 3. Okay. 1, sip, get up. 1, 2, 3.
Get up! That's how you do it.
Back. We're in there.
All right, well, hey, man, welcome to Toronto. You're from Florida, right?
I am, absolutely.
Yeah. Your first time here?
It is.
Thoughts?
My thoughts?
Yeah.
It's cold. It's very cold.
That's what everybody says. Give us an original thought.
Ooh.
It's hard because I've been going through so much cold, man.
Right.
I was in Germany and it's freezing.
Colder here or there?
It's colder there. It's way
All right, we'll take some solace of that.
It's way colder there, so I can deal with it here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to dig into some of the culture. I'm looking forward to, the food I had already was nice. It was, I enjoyed it. And I'm just looking forward to catching the vibe over here in Canada and TO. Also, shout out.
Hey, who's on the back? Or is it
Troy?
Some Tulo?
Yeah.
There he is. A man after our own hearts.
Shout out Tulo. You got to get that real quick. So, my song is his walk-in song. So, his jersey going to be my walk-in jersey. I'm a huge fan.
How long till you hit the stage?
How long till I hit the stage? Anybody? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. All right, that's coming up. That's real soon. You got anything planned? Anything? Shane, do you got a question? You're sitting over there all quiet. My partner in crime here.
Well, we had political questions to ask.
That's your partner in crime.
My partner in crime.
I'm more of a silent
So, all right. So are you the driver?
No.
Not after 5 of these.
Yeah, no.
Did you vote in the U.S. election?
I don't want to disclose that particularly.
Yeah,
but what I will say,
I never vote. Yeah.
What I will say is, So what I will say is, I'm just happy, that people could come to a decision, and God bless America.
Was there a hidden political message behind your single "Don't Mind" that I missed? Because I saw the video and I thought I saw some political messages.
Political messages.
What did you think you saw?
Yeah, please inform me on that. What political messages, pal?
Well, there was a lot of nice butts and gazoobies. Right. And that's all I saw.
So is it?
Yeah.
What do you think the political message was?
I wasn't expecting any follow-up questions, so
It certainly.
He didn't quite prepare. Yeah, we put him on this spot, man.
It certainly wasn't. Grab her by the. It certainly wasn't that.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you are getting political.
I'm very political.
Yeah, exactly. How long are you staying in town for?
I'm here till tomorrow.
That's it?
Tomorrow, and then I got to
That's
get
it.
back.
You're all business and then out.
Got to get back to my son.
It's a good dad.
Absolutely.
How's it going?
Contest?
Yeah, well, we were.
Good to see you, bud.
Good to see you as well.
Guinness is actually the best, but Coors Light, that's humble pie right there.
We drink what they give us. You know what I'm saying? Guinness is my drink, though.
Ooh. Okay, of course.
Shaney, get in here.
So we talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. Shane's this one on the podcast.
Hey, Shane. Nice to see you, brother.
I'm Mike, by the way. I don't know if I...
Mike,
yeah,
Dave.
exactly. Dave.
Good to see you as well.
Likewise.
I'm already talking like a Bob Barker on
No, that's cool. It's all right. Hey, how's it going?
Would you like a beer?
No, I'm not drinking.
Wait a minute. Wait for it.
I hear that.
Am I right? Hey guys.
How's it going? You good? Yeah,
Not bad.
We're going to need the mics. We're all sharing mics right now.
Could be
It's
way
like-
worse. Way worse.
Very true.
Right?
Max Kerman, who sings in the Arkells,
Yes.
is this
Oh,
one?
yes.
So we do this pod together. He wanted to say thanks for doing My Heart's Always Yours. Did you do a cover
it
of
was
that?
I did a cover of
Yeah.
it. My pleasure. Tell him I hope he liked the long cut edition.
Did it go viral?
It can't.
I don't think they posted it yet.
They can't post all of it. They have to edit it.
Right.
I had
That's
a
all I can
burrito
say.
earlier today that went viral, and I was like, uh-oh.
Whoa.
There it is.
That was my next
Yeah.
By the way,
You
any
have to sit
fan
the
of
next few rounds out, Dave.
never mind. Any fan of baseball is a friend of mine.
So when you guys do a show like this, how many songs are you guys doing?
7.
Are you actually doing 7?
No, that's just a number I say every time we
Like,
get
fuck it.
asked an amount of
Throw out?
anything.
Yeah. Is it weird to do like a show where you're only going to do a couple songs?
It's actually great. It has this festival vibe, which is always a cool feeling because you don't need to like be the headliner or the opener, and you can just kind of like show up, play a handful of songs, and then keep on chilling. You know, so many of our friends work in the industry. We've got a lot of peers here. A lot of our friends are in other bands that are playing tonight. So we kind of get to like hang, and that's kind of a big part of it for us. As much as it is important that we get to like share those moments with our fans, it's kind of like an experience for us as well, which is great.
I was just wondering, who's your best friend in the industry?
Best friend
in the industry.
in the industry.
Yeah, because there's a big distinction usually.
Right. Jeez, that's a really
or
good
most
question.
famous friend?
That's a very different question.
That's a very different
I can ask a
question.
bunch of questions.
Okay, answer both. Best friend in the industry?
It's Michael. It's Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
What a stud.
Yeah. He just moved back to Vancouver as well.
Okay.
Very happy with that.
So he's on the
Some
West
of my
Coast?
friends are working on his place. So it's in the family.
There you go. He could be both, right?
He's a G though too. He's like
that a fact?
Unsuspecting.
Favorite
Like,
Saturday Night Live ever, bud.
yeah, he's like so much more than just like a crooner guy. Because you meet him and you're like, oh, you're bro. It's great.
You hang. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but about 5 years ago, we toured with you. You were going to ask it? No, I was just
Sounded like
fuck
a
it.
statement.
I was going to bring it up. No, I was getting to the question.
San
No, I wasn't
Sebastian?
actually. Oh, you remember?
I do.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You've done your research.
Yeah, I have.
Have you
Anyway.
been to San Sebastian, by the way?
No, our guitar player, we had to change our name. We were called Pumps, and then Chris Taylor was freaking out. He's like, there's a Pumps from the 70s in Winnipeg, and they're going to sue us.
Well, if you don't remember this, you guys were doing the show on the music conglomerate here, and we came up and sang background vocals with you guys.
Dave has a better memory than anybody.
Oh, my God.
here.
Yeah, dude. And then we
Take
all went
that.
on tour together.
And we did it.
And you guys have the tallest guitar player of life.
That's the one that named us San Sebastian.
It was too tall. That's
yeah.
why you guys were kicked off the tour. We're like, not
yeah.
fired.
Yeah, he's out. He's
we're tall boy.
He's no longer with us. No, like
R.I.P.
no, we're friends still, but he's alive.
too bad.
Yeah.
Do you guys play on Max's softball team?
Yeah.
The Pete Rose and the Gamblers?
Wow,
Oh,
you've really
nice.
done your research.
No,
No, he
I
just knows stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Holy
no, it's
shit!
fantastic.
We're on this. She's on Pete Rose and the Gamblers. She's
Hey,
actually
are ya?
fantastic.
Hey.
Come in here, Alex.
Shortstop?
Alex, come in.
Shortstop?
Yeah, come on in.
Outfielder?
Just come on in.
How's
Come
that
on in,
arm?
come on in.
Give me some technique.
I
Like,
actually-
I'm a sidearm guy.
I wanted to be modest, but I think I have the best arm on the team.
There's nothing modest about that.
Most consistent.
For a white person.
He said
Just
it.
kidding. I don't know what that means. I was going to say
That
woman,
could've
which
been
was the
worse than what
joke,
I
but
said
then
to you.
didn't.
Yeah, it could have been.
Me and the Ice Chips, we're going to bring you down. We have an East Van baseball league in Vancouver.
What position you play?
Me, I'm on the bench. I'm a bench warmer.
He smokes.
You can't get on the field.
Yeah.
Dave's good
Me
at
and
smokes. He's great with smokes. Good with the smokes.
Smokes and opening beers with my belt buckle.
Yeah. You play any baseball?
No, cigarettes.
It's all cigarettes.
Yeah, I
Pure
do
cigarette.
cigarettes,
All-star
yeah.
smoker.
Yeah, killer.
Yeah, all-star smoker. 5-time all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what are you guys doing after this business?
Chilling.
Those.
Excuse me.
You got any more questions for Hedley?
Yeah.
No.
Guys,
It's been a pleasure.
guys, it's been a slice. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
You gotta grab that microphone. Yeah. So you've been on the show before.
I have been on the show before.
Yeah.
Is this starting? Are you guys?
We're
doing it?
rolling. We just always
That's
roll.
the classic pod question.
Yeah.
I have been on the show before.
Yeah. Max and I talked to you late at night at the 299 building.
Yeah, it was good. It was I actually complimented you for that interview because I was like, yo, I do so many whack interviews and so many like just people that have no substance and death, and you guys like brought out a lot of like real stories.
You went deep. No, I was impressed, man.
But that's because
you went to your lineage. And
interviewers are good.
that's why. Thank you.
You're
I
asking
appreciate it.
ridiculous questions, and I just be talking about who knows what, right? Influencers.
Well, it brings me
What's
to
your
my
first video?
question.
Oh, you got
do you
a question.
prefer? Not that this is a deep question, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to be called an influencer or a
No,
creator?
not at all.
Or
I
nothing.
don't know.
What do you prefer to be called? A YouTuber?
I think I'm a comedian, but
Have you ever done stand-up?
yeah, I do stand up.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
actually
didn't know that.
I'll be touring soon. Haha, wink, wink. Haha. It's a little plug hint.
Oh,
for the
no,
show.
no, plug away.
Oh, you guys are also.
I didn't know if you were insinuating whether you're actually not.
No.
touring.
I am. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of university shows and hitting up like small clubs.
You must kill it at the universities.
Yeah,
They coming out in droves?
Yeah. Like it's good. It's
Yeah. Well, what I was telling you, or when we talked last time, I was saying how a friend of ours works here at the ACC, and he was working a raps game, and you ended up walking through the hallways, and basically like the Pied Piper kids started following you, and sort of
that
like,
happened.
yeah.
Man. It's it's wild. It's like why are
Wild
you,
ride?
Why are you, like it's like all these white kids following a brown guy. I'm like, this is weird. What universe am I living in now?
Yeah.
Everyone's following this dude with all these white kids following a dude with the turban and beard. You know?
Are you more famous in Canada, or because I noticed you do appear on Jimmy Kimmel for the mean tweets and stuff like that?
Do you have the
I
change?
thought you were talking about Jimmy Fallon. I was like, no, not yet.
No.
Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, I was on Kimmel.
So I'm wondering, where are you more famous?
Man, I don't know. I would say probably Canada, yeah, and then but America, there's so much love out there too. Right. There's a, and then random countries too.
Yeah.
Like of course India, because duh, and then like England, Australia, and then like randomly.
Where's the weirdest country you're famous
There's
in?
one. Like I was checking my demographics. And there's one country that was like, I totally forgot, but it was like a northern European country, and I totally forgot. It's
some,
like
small
Norway or
country?
like Hungary or something
yeah.
like that. And then they were like right up there in like the top like 5 or 6 for like. And I was like, damn. Like I was like checking the numbers. I was like, there's so many people here that watch us. Yeah, I forgot what it was. It's like Norway, I think. I don't know.
What are you doing here tonight for the big Jingle Ball?
I'm introducing Hedley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got like
That's
you
kind
got
of
a
an
bit?
easy gig.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
That's sweet. Do you get paid for that, or you just come here? And
No,
just do
they're
it?
just like you have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Free
for
drinks,
charity or
Shane.
something, right?
Yeah. Is it for charity?
Oh, really?
No.
Am I wrong? Are we making that up? It's
I
for
don't know.
charity. No, we're doing.
I got $80 for this.
Yeah.
Oh, I got nothing. I got yelled at.
Do you have a bit set up for like the intro, or are you just going to actually legitimately?
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. So every time like I do these like award shows or opening up for someone, they only give you like 15 seconds, 20 seconds max. And so I was like, okay, I was prepared to do that, right? And then we get up there and the guy's like, yeah, you have like 2 minutes to like.
You guys stretch and
And I was like, oh, that's awesome. No, because that's great. And like just do
Oh, for your
whatever I
prep.
want. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Like
what-
I was like, okay, I can actually do stuff and like crack some jokes or do whatever, just be silly or whatever.
All right. Well, no one's going to hear this until well after the show.
Yeah.
You don't have to run it on us, but like give us
Yeah,
an
let's
idea.
practice.
What we got.
Practice
we're
makes
getting the wrap.
perfect.
it up.
Oh, I'm what?
You're too.
Oh,
I
I
gotta go, man.
That's it?
But hey, thank
wanna
you.
hear the bit.
Thank you.
You'll hear the bit. Watch the show,
Watch
guys.
the show. All right. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate
You
it.
guys are the best.
Cheers. He's too kind.
What's up, fellas?
I'm good. I got a microphone for you.
Okay.
All right. So here's the deal. We were very thrilled to have you back on the podcast because during the MMVAs, we were hanging out. We were watching the Cavs, Golden State Warriors, Game 7. Yeah, you know what's
wrong
up.
Team won. The wrong team won. I'm happy for LeBron, but
Oh, come on.
my
Cleveland needed it more than
I'm
Golden
from
State.
Oakland. I'm from
right,
Oakland.
those-
I'm 98th Avenue behind the Coliseum. If you know anything about the Bay.
Well, they're leaving Oakland, though.
Yeah, I know. What that's 2020, I think it is.
So, okay.
2020.
So you still got a couple more years.
Right now, yeah, you know, we're going to represent. But either way, that's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Now we got our boy over there and KD. doing it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that, though.
Well, it's just my thing is chemistry is something you can't teach, and I'm nothing against all of them because all of them are stars. But when you put too many stars, you know, like last year was magical. It just was magical. They didn't finish it the right way, but it was just like
There's something organic about
It's
it.
like the Cubs winning the World Series this year. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Red Sox fan. It was like the Red Sox coming back from 3-1 against the Yankees.
Yeah.
It's like, but when you start putting too many stars together,
Wait a second. You're a Red Sox fan?
My mother-
What about the Oakland A's?
I was born in Oakland. Okay, but I'm showing my age. But I was born at Ricky Henderson back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah. Stealing them bases.
Former Blue Jay.
Yeah, the Raiders. Raiders was Jim Plunkett, Lester Hayes. I mean, mean, look, I'm 46 years old, but I was Bill Walsh, and I was Bill Walsh's paperboy and Willie Mays' paperboy when I was in junior high school. So Bill Walsh was the coach of the Niners when it was Montana, Rice, Freddie Solomon, Ronnie Lott, Dwight Clark, The Catch, all that. Willie Mays, Mr. San Francisco Giants. So when they both give you a $100 bill for Christmas, you kind of switch teams.
I got you.
You kind of switch teams. You know
Quickly
what I mean?
change allegiance.
But the Warriors, it's fun because it was Lloyd B. Free, Bernard Hopkins. I was 8 years old running around the Coliseum watching, I wasn't even watching the game. I was just running around with my friends. But now, with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and now KD, the Splash Brothers and Draymond, it's just
a good time to be a Golden State fan.
It's a good time.
Yeah, for the rest of us, it sucks. Us Raptors
but it's
fans.
not just because they're winning. It's just the way they're doing it because they've changed the way the game is played.
Sure, moving the rock.
And it's just a good time.
Yeah. How did you enjoy the rest of your MMVA night?
I did. I was running around trying to watch the game, and then I had to run out on stage, and I had a little drink. Watching the game.
It was a good time.
And then when I went out there, and I introduced somebody. I lifted up my shirt. I yelled at my baby girls, and kept it pushing.
Did you want to drink right now?
Oh, all day.
Alex.
I'm partying.
Basketball is a great subject, but Shemar, I keep telling everybody about your amazing washboard, rock hard abs.
And if I keep drinking beer, it's going to be a keg. It's not going to be. There's going to be no 6-pack in the fridge. It's going to be a big old keg.
Do you remember this woman at all?
Well, I would never forget if we had.
Yeah, right, Shemar.
We didn't have that kind of night. You probably have a really big boyfriend.
Not that big.
Well, big in a different way, possibly.
I'm not trying to get my ass whooped on. So you want me to drink a beer and have a 6-pack?
I was hoping you could prove these guys wrong.
That you can drink a beer and have a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is actually her husband.
Yeah.
And
so when you first met her, she was just my wife.
Your fiance.
She was just
I've been
my
drinking
wife.
also.
She was
only
just
that.
my wife.
No, I've been drinking also, Shemar. Okay, give me a
When you
little
met her,
slack.
I mean, it didn't matter. She was just my wife. Now she's my baby mama.
So anyway, since then, Shane has been working on his abs.
Well, you got
Yeah.
good taste, bro.
My
You got
flaps.
good taste.
Thank
you.
you.
Got good taste. So I'm okay. So I'm drinking. Hey,
Yeah, I'll have a drink with you. I ain't gonna leave you. To Canada.
But everyone knows you have a good-looking face. But what a lot of people don't know is if you got the bod to back it up. So I was wondering if we could have like a body off.
We're having an ab off.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step out of
Because
this
ever
thing right
since
now.
the MMVAs, I've been working
Could have
out.
had me that night.
That night, and I'm wondering if I made a
Are you
mistake,
calling
'cause
me
that was
easy? That's weird. That's
pre-marriage.
weird. Hold on.
I am. I'm sorry. Making assumptions.
So what happens if because I'm not too confident about my situation, but what happens
Neither is he.
if he's better than
No,
me? What happens if he's better than me and I'm better than him?
come on.
What happens?
You can,
Are you just
Alex is
are
the
you gonna
judge.
Switch teams?
I'm gonna step around. Hold on. Don't answer that shit. I'm coming around.
I just want to know if I made the mistake of a lifetime.
Of a lifetime. That's
Yeah.
big. All right. So who's going first?
Both of you at the same time.
I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
I'll go first.
Here we go. It's all happening. It's all happening.
Top this.
Okay. See, he won. He won with the tats. He got. I got tats too, but I can't.
Wait till I flex.
You went all out. You went all out.
Wait till I flex.
All right. So now I can give you.
Hold that for you.
Can you top this, Shemar?
Okay. Here. You want to do this?
It's on. Here we go.
Let's do this.
All right, so we're gonna do it two ways. We're gonna do this my way. You're gonna say cut, and he's gonna win when you say cut. When you say action, I'm gonna win. You ready?
Okay.
All right. So say cut.
Am I allowed to do the field test though?
Ready?
The field test. All
Is
right.
this blocking the
Watch
abs?
this.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. You ready? Here's off the clock. There you go. All right. Now, somebody say action.
Action.
Oh, now Shane, now you go off the clock.
I'm off the. That's off the clock.
I thought I made the right choice.
Do the
for a
field,
second.
Alex. You're gonna do the field
Can I
test.
do the field test?
Go ahead.
Consent?
Go ahead.
That's all right.
Okay,
That's
and now
all right.
and now your husband's.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
If you leave your husband on camera, y'all do some different stuff out here in Canada. I swear to God.
But would it get them higher ratings?
Y'all are hilarious.
Picture that.
You are a sport. I like the ink though. The ink is off the chain. There you go. Rockstar. That's
All right.
Rockstar right there.
I think we got to wrap this up. But as
right,
always,
look,
you never
just come
disappoint.
take your
No,
shirt
you're the
off
most
and
gregarious,
keep it pushing.
charming,
Is this-
charismatic.
is
Yeah,
this
it's all
one
you,
for me?
baby. Yeah.
Anyway, hey, iHeartRadio in Canada, first time. Much respect. Come here, wifey.
We are now in everybody's favorite part of the show, the dessert. Shane, what's going on?
Well, I guess this is where we talk about Frank D'Angelo.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to maybe go back if you're just tuning in for this one. Say you're a Jingle Ball fan and you haven't listened to the past few episodes. I feel like there's been this sort of natural story arc involving Shane and Frank D'Angelo that has now culminated with us going to interview Frank to be on the pod. Because Shane has been insistent,
and that interview will be airing in a few episodes.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Max. So what Max hasn't heard this before, by the way. So
yeah, we intentionally have not, because I usually call as soon as an interview's over and I say, how did it go? Tell me about it.
Two things. We went to interview Frank a couple days ago. We've intentionally not told Max anything about it. This was a full Shane production, and I will let Shane take the floor.
Yes.
So you're going to talk about who Frank D'Angelo is, so for our listeners?
I think people should really go back and listen to the other two desserts. We normally don't promote that, but Frank D'Angelo is, I won't say he's a self-made man because he was born into money, but he's a millionaire who decided to self-finance films based on apple juice money that he made. He made, when I was a kid, I always drank out of canned apple juice, you know, that type where you need to open it from either end, and it was D'Angelo brand. I never knew I'd intersect with this man 20 some odd years later in my life and become obsessed with him.
He now uses his money to make films. He's made 5 feature films with James Caan, Martin Landau, Michael Madsen, and Shane owns the whole box set.
And I also purchased his autobiography.
And read it before the interview.
I did. I read it before the interview. I prepped it. I stayed up very late the night before prepping questions with my wife. My wife also took the day off work. My wife's a supply teacher. So she took the day off work. So that's roughly a $200 hit, let's say, to go be your camera woman.
Okay.
And if you'd listened last week, is like a whole lunchtime setup, all that stuff. They said, come by to this restaurant, Mama D's. This was in the past episode.
Yeah.
And Frank, you know, he had promised us a $700 bottle of wine.
The best food you've ever eaten.
The best food we've ever eaten. So I had a rough night's sleep, to say the least. I was excited. It was kind of like a kid before Christmas. And
come to pick me up.
Yeah, and then
you took the day off work too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to interview him during the day. So I'm like, you know what? Camaraderie, Mike on Much podcast. I'll take the day off as well.
And that's very out of character for Mike too. Mike's usually he'll just take the time needed, no more, no less. But I think he thought Frank's such an interesting character. This could evolve into like a crazy day. So anyway, I woke up at about 4 a.m., toss and turn, couldn't get back, showed my wife how to work the camera, gave her the ins and outs, because we were up all night prepping questions. Like I did like probably 5 pages worth of questions.
I sent you 5 good questions that could have lasted you for, you know.
No, because we really knew the ins and outs of the films. The questions you made, I felt were more for Mike. My questions were more diehard fan questions.
And in depth. Like basically I was going to sort of hit with yours, surface, and then Shane was going to get to it.
Okay.
So we pick up Mike. We arrive at Mama D's in Mississauga. And we notice there's a parking spot reserved for Frank D'Angelo.
Nice.
And there's a car in there. So I'm kind of like a little shaky. I'm like, oh shit. Like I almost want to back out. I'm so excited. It's almost like when a kid meets Santa at the mall. Like you think you want to meet Santa and then you meet Santa and you're just crying the whole time and you're scared of him.
He's not exaggerating. He had like a nervous, excited energy.
So we walk through and I see this woman. I'm like, hey, we're here to interview Frank. She's like, what? Kind of like, oh, all right. And I look to my left and there's a table with a reserved thing over one space. So that's clearly Frank's table. Then she calls Frank's assistant and he hands me the phone. And Frank's assistant says, oh, Shane, I emailed you.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it was late. It was 10:30 at night. But I emailed you. Yeah, Frank, something came up. And he can't do it. I'm like, oh, because I don't want to blow this. Like, I'm super upset. Like, one might say I'm absolutely livid at this point. Or tearful. More accurate people may say. So I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh, that's okay, man. I'm an idiot, which I am.
Did she email you?
She did email me the night before. But I didn't see the email. Even if I had...
Check your email?
Here's what I do not traditionally check my email unless I have a shoot going on or something pertinent, because I have
Like maybe an interview with a guy that's done 5 films.
I honestly, maybe on some subconscious level, I didn't check my email because I had a fear. Here was my fear, honestly. Frank's going to check out the podcast, listen to what I've been saying about him, and back out. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if that's what happened, but that's my theory as of now.
Okay.
I think maybe he's backing out of this. Anyway, the assistant says, sit down, have a meal on Frank.
Okay.
The three of us are kind of like,
Was there anybody in the restaurant?
at this point, no.
Yeah, it was 11:30, so it's
Okay.
kind of odd dining
It's
time.
early. And we're like, we don't want to eat at this point. It's like we've come all the way to Mississauga from Hamilton.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken. I'm ruined. I just want to get out of there. I'm humiliated too. And I'm also like, I'm embarrassed in front of Mike. Like, this is my like this wouldn't have happened if you were doing it, you know? Only this would happen to me because I'm an idiot. Okay, I'll admit it. But we sit down and she puts a bottle of wine there. So first thing that my wife does is take a picture of the wine. And then she Googles it and sees the cost of it.
How much?
It's only a $70 bottle of wine. So as if I couldn't get any angrier. So then Mike, who traditionally doesn't drink wine, Mike's mad, but he feels bad for me. Yeah. I can tell.
I do, because you're my friend and I love you. And as much as it wasted my time and my day, I knew you were crushed. And I know the feeling. These things happen. I know these things happen. I felt bad for you.
And Alex, my wife just lost $200 and we share the same bank account. I lost $200. So then we eat appetizers. We end up eating the full meal.
We decided to sit because the woman was so nice. That must be said. I can't remember her name. Renata was such a nice woman and so like inviting that you felt it would be insulting to say no.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And she loved Frank. She gave us a speech on how Frank actually like made all these meals. Like Frank truly is a Renaissance man. He does everything. And there was pictures of him all over the place.
Like he designed the food kind of thing?
Yes, he made this pasta. Like traditionally, like there's cooking wine you use.
Yeah.
But Frank insists on using this $70 wine to make all the food.
Oh, wow.
So it has a very specific taste. And she kind of gave us a little history lesson on the food. Anyway, we ended up staying there for what? 2 hours?
2 hours. We killed the bottle of wine at that point. We took the day off. It was kind of like a weird mini vacation.
Yeah, it was very odd. And then now my adrenaline has worn off at this point, and I'm exhausted and admittedly a little psychotic. So I'm trying to think of schemes to get Frank. And this is a very bad idea what I did. Like, you do something stupid and you wake up the next day and you're like, why'd I do that? So I thought it would be a good idea to get Alex to send Frank a video on Instagram.
I did not. Now I don't know this.
Yeah, and it's not like a titty shot or something. It's not like, here's what you missed, mister. But it was just a video to kind of show that, hey, Frank, we're not trolling you. We're legit fans. And I'll show you the video. Maybe we'll get Pasquale to like pump the audio at normal length. But this is very...
You can do it into my mic. I'll crank mine.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Frank, I'm Alex. I'm a crew member with the Mike on Much podcast, and we were really disappointed not to see you today, but wanted to thank you for the beautiful lunch. Renata was a gracious host, and we are hoping that next time we'll be able to catch up with you.
So my hope there was to kind of show Frank that, like,
there's a human side to the show.
Yeah, like this pretty girl was there, and like, she had the part of our camera crew, and isn't she a sweetheart? And now I'm kind of embarrassed because Frank hasn't responded to that video, but nor has he seen it yet. Because when you send an Instagram private message, it shows when the person's read it. So then I sent a huge email the next day just saying like...
To Frank?
Like, it was very well worded. I'm proud of the email. It was just basically saying...
Did you tell him about the $200 that you're losing out on?
No.
Okay, good.
More bees with honey. Like, yeah. I just said, hey, so sorry we missed you. My email wasn't working. Sometimes it doesn't get sent to my phone. Basically wanted to thank you for the hospitality and pass along to Frank that we really appreciated the service and the meal, all that stuff. And if we could organize another date, that would be great. Get an email back saying she's working through Frank's schedule and she'll get back to me with a date. Now, is that bullshit or do you think that's real? Like, do you think just this is never going to happen?
No, I think it's totally going to happen. I think it's literally just as simple as you not checking your email. And because if you had checked your email, then you would have said, "Oh, okay, things got moved." Like you have people
Who cancels at 10:30 at night.
People have to cancel stuff.
They should have called him, I think.
I mean, they should. I mean, you can, definitely make a complaint about like maybe
I also
procedure.
think she probably thinks he'll check his email in the morning at the very least.
Yeah. That's all it is. We should invite him to our big stadium show in Hamilton in February.
Cops Coliseum, baby.
Say, hey, we got a couple of tickets for you too. If Max from the show wants you to come to the show.
Okay, that'll be my next move.
Yeah.
I got my headphones on from the minute I'm up till the minute I go to bed. I got my headphones on every day of my life. Gonna wear them until I'm dead.
That's it. That's all. That is our episode. Mike and Much Podcast is produced by Max Kerman, and I'm your host, Mike Veerman. See you next week if we don't die on the weekend.